Welcome again to Mothers of Multifamily. It is my favorite day. Why? Because I get to interview these top performing mothers in real estate. And these mothers are amazing. Today I can't even wait for you guys to meet her. Her name, welcome, Princi Gill. Princi, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Pili. Thank you for having me. I'm super excited as well to be here with everybody.
Super excited to have you. Okay, so Princi is the co-founder of Waahe. Did I say that right?
Absolutely, yes.
Waahe Capital, and her core strength is financial operations. Prior to founding Waahe, she spent 14 years in Silicon Valley designing and implement one of the largest and most complex financial management systems ever created, called SAP. If you know what that is, you understand the mind of this woman. She is fantastic. At Waahe Capital, Princi focuses on true value creation through modern design, strategic sourcing, cost-effective renovations, and is also disrupting traditional leasing and property management model through technology. Princi maintains an unwavering commitment to the company's vision of enriching people's lives. I cannot wait to jump in that as well. She holds a master's degree in finance, currently lives in the San Francisco Bay Area with Vikram, her husband, and their two amazing children. Princi, welcome. You are amazing.
Thank you. I'm amazing because I have amazing people around me, truly. So yes, we all are blessed.
So my question, Princi, that I ask all my mamas, how have you done everything that it is you have done? You've created this amazing business. You've created businesses, and the way, and I already know this about you, the way that you run your business is so key. How do you do everything and still do all the mama stuff?
Well, yes, I do a lot of things, and I do them because I'm a firm believer in planning. I plan, and then I execute, and then I plan some more. So yeah, if you ask me how do I do it, it really boils down to a lot of planning, a lot of know-how, a lot of what went wrong, what went right, what are the lessons learned, what is the root cause. So I'm a very systems person, if you know me. So I like to plan my day, I like to plan my week and my months ahead. And then I execute on them. 80% things work out, 20 do not, and dust off your shoulder and then start again, and figure it out. Where did we go wrong? What is it that we can do better in order to avoid those mistakes and just live a life, so.
I love the thought of systematizing everything that you do. That's exactly what Jason and I do. We have done that for a while, but I'm actually very opposite of you. I'm very flighty, let's just go with the flow, let's do things as they come, which is very different from what I tell everyone. I tell people you have to get onto systems. You have to make sure your day is set, time block your day, make sure you know what you're doing, review everything. And that's because I had to learn those systems. So, Princi, was this something that you learned over time, or were you always a systems type of person?
So I was, when it comes to my professional life, that's what corporate world is all about, and especially in the Silicon Valley. It's just time is everything, success, money, everything, time is never gonna come back. And I've worked on projects for the last 15 years, year and a half going live with a project. Everything was very much, systematic and done in a timely manner. If you're not, then you're talking a lot of business losses and all that stuff. But when it came to my personal life, I was really just like you. I just went with the flow. I'm like, we'll see how it goes. Oh no, we have no potatoes today, kind of a thing. So I was very much that person as well. And then when we had our two boys, and then you just start to realize that if you don't put those systems and planning in place, the whole family suffers in a way, right? You are not able to do stuff or things that you want to do, and then that leads to frustration and then time more wasted. So it just works for us as a family that if we plan and then we execute on it, at least that professionally, me and Vikram, we were very system people. That's how what we were trained on. We did it right, but at the same time, what started to happen was we started missing on personal life or personal goals. And that's when we sat down and we are like, oh my God, how do we get our life together again, on a personal front? And that's where this whole thing came up. It was like, as corporate it sounds, we just need to plan everything in our personal life too. And that's the only way we can have some sanity and still continue to enjoy whatever we do on a daily basis. So, yeah.
So how did you make that jump? Because so many people are like, well, I don't know. I don't want to bring like the rigidness of my work to the home life. How do you make that transition? And because I had the same thought. I thought to myself, okay, I've systematized my businesses. I know exactly what I'm doing where, and yes, things happen. But the thing is, when those things happen, you know where to put them because you know exactly how your day is ran. But how do you do that with family? How did you make that transition?
So I did something that people that know me, my family, my friends would never thought I would do, which is waking up in the morning. We both sat down really, and we were like, how do we create that time and not just day catching on us, right? And then things happening to us. How do we turn this around? And yeah, we get up at 4 a.m. We've been doing that for past just about 3 years or more, I would say. Like today, I actually woke up at 3:30 because I have other things planned, and then I had to squeeze on half an hour for you, which I was very excited about. So I'm like, no, I'm gonna get up at 3:30. So, but generally we wake up around 4, and that really helps us as a couple really to catch up with each other. As individuals, for me, it's very important to work out. I've just few years in my life, I neglected my health. And at some point, I made that decision that I'm good at everything else. Why is it that I have to put my health and taking care of me at the backseat, which all of the moms do it. Yes. But I was like, you know what, this has to change. And waking up at 4 was also part of that. So it's not just waking up at 4 and checking your emails per se. It's more about waking up at 4 and connecting with Vikram over a cup of coffee. Then talking to each other, like, what is it that you need help with versus, you know what, you need to take care of the boys because this is very important for me today and I need to take care of this. So communicating with each other, and from there taking care of your body, and come 7 a.m. I let life happen to me. Then I'm like, okay, we'll go with the flow,
See, that is, everything you just said is so key, especially what you said, because I do wake up early too. I wake up between 4:30 and 5 o'clock. And I basically roll out of bed and onto my yoga mat. I've done different things. Sometimes I wake up and go straight to the bathroom, throw water on my face. Sometimes I wake up, go immediately downstairs, make myself a cup of coffee. But in the last couple of weeks, I've just rolled out of bed and onto my yoga mat, and then I'll start doing yoga because it wakes my body up that way. But how do you, as soon as I started talking about yoga, I completely forgot the actual question. I will get to that. It'll come back to me. How did you do that's what it is. I knew it would come back. 4:30. So you usually wake up at 4 o'clock, but you added, this is key, folks. This is why I stuttered until I could figure it out. What is key is that she made the time. Princi made the time. She woke up. She didn't say, okay, I'm just gonna fit Keely in here and I'm gonna say no to this so I can put this here. Princi decided, I'm gonna wake up a half an hour earlier so my day doesn't change for this interview. That's key, folks. So many times I get on calls or I talk to people, they're just like, I don't have time to do all those things, Keely. And I was like, once upon a time, I was a bartender. I didn't wake up until noon and I went to bed at 7 in the morning. If I can do it, you can too. So, and it sounds like maybe you weren't a bartender, Princi, but it sounds like you were very much not a morning person. Doesn't parenthood change things?
They really did, and I always joke with my mom about it. So my mom was an entrepreneur just like me. She ran businesses, and she always told me the importance of getting up in the morning and starting your day right and all of that stuff. And you don't listen to them, but they come back to you. So so waking up in the morning is definitely one of the key reasons for success, not just number wise, but success in personal fulfillment as well that I have. And it just came to me. I was someone who, if I had meetings at 7 or 8, people could joke that, oh, Prince is gonna make it or not. And I used to work a lot at night. So that's another thing. So I want people to understand this, that if as a family, we wake up at 4, we as a family, we shut off the light between 9 and 9:30, 9:40, 45. We all have made as a family a decision that we're gonna sleep early so that we can wake up early. Your body still needs those 7-8 hours of sleep, right? So, but before it was the other way around. I used to be up till like 12 or 1, working, and then wake. Of course, then the body is gonna wake up late. But yeah, that's what changed, and I'm happy. Like today, I had a deadline of, I had to submit some financial reports. If it was old me, would have not gone to sleep till I would have done it, right? But I'm like, and I was still tempted to tell you frankly. I'm like, calm down, it's okay. It's gonna be okay. I'm gonna wake up in the morning. All I need is 2 hours to finish that work. Either it is right now or in the morning. And I did that. So yes. But it takes discipline. Yeah, it takes enough.
Yes. I was just about to say, it's all discipline, it's all mindset, it's kind of just getting over yourself and getting over the thoughts in your head, because I'm sure you had this too. And correct me if I'm wrong. I don't wake up in the morning. I don't go to sleep until I work better at night. What are some of the untruths that you used to tell yourself that you had to get over once you had children?
That I cannot go to sleep until I finish what I had to finish to the day, and that it's not okay to leave unfinished things. I was a big believer and doer of multitasking, so I was that. I'm not that anymore. I do prioritize my week. I say, what is my most burning thing? Where's the most impact, right? Like, what is it that we as a company, we as a family, me as an individual need to do this week or today? And then I go in and try to accomplish those rather than trying to do 10 things and not being able to finish them. It was a big change for me to do that, but I started making notes. I carry a notebook with me all the time, just to remind myself that this is what I need to finish today. This is the most burning issue for our business to move forward, rather than trying to do everything, which nobody should.
No. And so many times, especially you mamas out there, I know you're listening, you're thinking you can do all the things. And you said, this is something I wanted to come back to. You said something that all mamas do. We take care of everything else and we forget about ourselves. So I want you to dive a little deeper into that. How did the old Princi kind of take care of herself versus what you do for yourself now?
Yeah, so the old Princi never really took care of herself in a way I do now. And it just came by having that understanding that the true pleasure it gives me when I take care of myself, right? I was never into spending too much. I have a great relationship with Vikram, so we spend a lot of time together. So I never was really into too many friends or going out with them. There's a lot of things in my life, and I hope it changes, but I think it's a waste of time, and I don't do that. I do not watch news. I don't watch TV. I don't know what's happening in the world. I really don't know. I'm just so focused on our business and our kids and Vikram and me. It's just that, and it works for me. So yes, it really started me. As you mature, I think as you become mother, I think you get like a double superpower when you give birth. I always joke
Yes.
with my friends. I always tell them, nobody's got anything on you once you become a mom, because if you can go through that transformation, everything else you just laugh at it. You're like, it's okay, we can deal with this, right? Because it's a big thing. Your body, everything changes. You go through when you become a parent, when you give birth, and that rush of love that I never thought I could love anybody as much as I love Vikram. But and I tell him right now, oh my God, and I never actually thought I would be such a loving mom, because I was such a professional, right? I was always into the corporate world, and it was more like, yes, now we should have babies, and we did, that kind of a thing. But it's amazing once you become a parent. It's the amount of the rush of your love and everything that you get, and you want to do everything for your kids and make sure they're good citizens, right? So you got to improve your habits first. Now you can't get away with not doing something that is wrong. You do have to pick up your towel and do everything in between. That's what parenthood is all about, right?
It's the small things, like you just said, picking up your towel. How can you expect your son or daughter, in your case your sons, to grow up to be kind-hearted individuals who take care of the planet, who take care of themselves, if you are not doing that yourself? And it sounds like you are teaching them by leading them, by showing them the way. And I want to dive into this, and for my listeners, you can actually find out more about Princi's business, Waahe Capital. The taping should come out before this one, so listen to that. Go back to that taping if you want to know more about her business. But I'm going to fast forward into something that I've been dying to ask you about, because I was going to ask you about it during our last interview, but I'm going to ask you about it now. I want to dive into it. So you said one of your sons, I believe, has allergies of some sort. So can you dive into how your son has actually affected your business?
Sure. So yeah, before that, actually, Vikram had ulcerative colitis for about 10 years, and that impacted our life and also impacted what was important to us versus what was not important to us for a very long time. And then we were truly blessed to have Ranveer, who is our firstborn. He's truly an amazing human being. And me and Vikram, sometimes we say, how come we gave birth to this, He's such a beautiful soul. But yeah, when he was 1 year old, we found out he had multiple allergies, environmental allergies, food allergies, and most of his food allergies, he's outgrown them, but he do have environmental allergies. And when in 2017 we bought our first community, we all were sitting there, and how they do micro repositioning, which is spray on the countertops, don't use low VOC paint and all of that. And we were sitting with him, with our construction manager, and we were discussing, what changes are we gonna bring in this community or this unit. And all of a sudden I looked at him. He was I believe 3 or 3 years old, and his face started to swell, and and like from the lips and everything, and we were like, what's happening? And we started driving. He was to the point he couldn't breathe. We gave him Benadryl and stuff like that. That's when I found out what really goes in these units. At that time, me and Vikram, we were both working in our corporate jobs, but I was always very passionate about real estate. It's something I absolutely love doing, transforming stuff. And at that point, we just educated ourselves much more to really what goes into these apartments. Why is it that a person or a family who's doing 2 jobs or 3 jobs, that their kids have to get exposed to something like this? What is it? And I know, financially, yes, you have to balance your books and it has to make sense. At that time, me and Vikram made a decision that what we as a company are gonna do and what we are not gonna ever do, right? So we enrich lives. We are impact investors. We work very, very hard to do what we do. But that's a road, that's a decision we have made, and it has worked great for us because our intentions are very clear. Our vision and objectives, saying we put quartz countertops. We use carb to compliance kitchen cabinets, low VOC paint, and waterproof flooring for the pets and stuff like that. And then we use that for our marketing. But we as a company, we are like, okay, we are gonna do this, and we are not gonna do this ever. Right? and then we go and we figure it out how to make it financially, stable, and how to make sure we do this, but at the same time we're profitable as well. So yeah, anything is possible once you put your mind to it. So.
And I love the idea you're being so environmentally friendly, you're being kind to your tenants, you're putting your tenants first before profits. I mean, let's all be honest, you have to make profits, you have to make sure your investors are taken care of, but all those numbers are taken care of in the beginning. So if you can put that into your numbers, that you are going to also take care of the tenants by using materials that are kind to them, that are environmentally friendly, then why not do it? When you told me about that, I was like, I love it.
Yeah, and I have a financial background, so I look at every dollar we spend. How far does this dollar go? So spraying a countertop cost about $250 in regular market. I was like, after maybe at best this will do 2 turns or 3 turns. Most of the time there's going to be some chip, somebody's going to put a pan on there. After 1 turn, you're going to continue to spend this amount of money. Why don't we? And that's where the sourcing model came in. We are like, we're going to source our own material. We will make sure that we bring in at a cost that it is cost effective. And at the same time, after that, you know what? You want to spray Clorox? Go ahead and spray Clorox on our countertops. There is no problem with that. So yes, so I love to question. Me and Vikram, we both do. We butt heads and we come up with a solution that's best for the tenants out there. So
I love the fact that you've taken this nurturing spirit of being a mother to nurturing your tenants at the same time, because you wouldn't use these things in your own home. So why would you subject your tenants to that? That is an amazing mindset to have from a multifamily provider standpoint, because we want to enrich our investors' lives as well. But why not take care of everybody and let it be known that you do this? So that's something you can let tenants know, that you can come and live in our apartment, maybe for a few dollars more than the apartment down the road. Guess what you get? You get a safe place to live. So that is amazing. So let's switch topics. One more question before I let you go. Let's dive into what you said about you thought you were not going to be a loving mom because of whether your mindset was, or it's not something that not everyone thinks of it until it happens. Why did you think that about yourself, if you don't mind me asking? Because I know there's a lot of women out there who have had that thought, and then what changed?
So I joke about it. Nobody prepares you. They teach you maths and science and everything else in between at school. They don't teach you how to be a parent. I was one of those parents who had to really dig and read some books to how to do this, different things that come along. Now you have given birth to this thing, and it's so beautiful, and you love it so much, and you want to take care of it, and at the same time we forget, that you are a parent, and they are also humans. But yeah, I didn't think of that just because people don't talk much about it. They'll talk about having a career, they'll talk about having monies in the bank, they'll talk about you should take care of yourself and everything else, and you should learn how to cook, but nobody talks about how to become a good mother or a good father, right? And they expect it to either come natural, or we don't do that good of a job as we should do to these little creatures, as I call them. So yeah, that was, it wasn't that I used to think about it, but it was at the same time, it wasn't that I was exposed to or I put much thought to it, and I was like, oh my God, I hope I can do this, And there were a few times that we stumbled, and then I picked up a book and I was like, yeah, this makes sense. So yeah, it's educating yourself. It's very, very important, no matter what it is. It's just not, nobody's born as a parent. And yeah, you should read books, you should understand, you should, so I'm still learning how to be a good mom. There are times that, I feel like, do this way. And it doesn't really work that way every time. So I step back and feel, what is it that I can do differently next time? And then I try to implement it. Yeah.
That was a fantastic answer. Thank you for that. And I'm saying thank you for myself and for all the mamas out there that might have had the same thought. Like, I don't think I'm going to be this way. I don't think you look at this like standard of the perfect mom and you're like, I'm not that. How can I be that? No one's perfect. And you learn every day. And I love the fact that you said that I am learning every day how to be a better mom, how to be a better parent. So if any of my listeners out there take anything away from our conversation, it's that. Even with business, parenting is the same way. You're continuously learning, whether it's from your significant other, whether it's from the people around you, or just reading a book, or, you know what, listening to your children. So before I let you go, how can my listeners reach out and get a hold of you if they have any questions about how you run your business or how to be a better mommy?
Oh, that's so kind of you. They can reach me at Princi, Princi, at waahecapital.com. They can search me on LinkedIn. My name is Decently Unique. You can find me by just Google me, Princi Gill, on LinkedIn or on Facebook. And that's the best way to contact me.
Well, thank you so much, Princi, again, for coming on and sharing your story. You have honored me with your presence. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was great to be here.
Fantastic. And for everyone that's listening, thank you so much. I am grateful that you took this time to listen. If you loved what you heard, please rate, review, subscribe, press all the buttons, comment below. Let us know if you have any questions. What Princi does, ask her about how her systems go. Ask us any questions and we will get back to you ASAP. You are all amazing. Thank you so very much. Again, so grateful. Have a great day. Talk to you later.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye.
Join us for your second cup of coffee every Monday through Friday at noon.
Live every day, bringing us our best content we've done so far. Super excited, super engaging, bunch of great guests. We're here to answer your questions and we so appreciate you listening. Make sure to check us out.
Can't wait to see you.